All right, let's dive into something that's been making waves in Massillon, Ohio. Water rate increases. Yeah, I know, it sounds like a snooze fest, but stick with me because this is actually a pretty big deal, and it raises some fascinating questions about how we manage essential services. Here's the deal. Aqua Ohio, the water company serving Massillon, is set to hike rates starting in 2027. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, another bill going up? Let's break this down and see what's really going on. First off, why the increase? According to the company, it's all about funding system improvements, expansion projects, and pipeline upgrades. Personally, I think this is where things get interesting. Water infrastructure is one of those behind-the-scenes systems we take for granted until it fails. If you take a step back and think about it, these upgrades are crucial for ensuring clean, reliable water for decades to come. But here's the kicker. Who pays for it? And how do we balance the need for investment with the financial burden on residents? The new rates will add a 5.5% charge to customers' bills in 2027, which translates to about $2.68 more per month for the average user. Doesn't sound like much, right? But here's where it gets tricky. The increases don't stop there. By 2028, the annual jump will be 5.75%, and that rate will continue through 2031. What this really suggests is that the cost of water is going to climb steadily over the next few years. For some families, especially those on fixed incomes, that could add up fast. Now, let's talk about the role of local government in all of this. Massillon City Council approved these rate hikes by a 7-1 vote. One thing that immediately stands out is the lone dissenting vote from Councilman Tony Townsend. His argument? He believes military veterans, seniors, and disabled customers should automatically qualify for reduced rates. Aqua Ohio, on the other hand, reviews accounts on a case-by-case basis. What many people don't realize is that this isn't just a local issue. It's a reflection of broader debates about equity in utility pricing. Should there be blanket discounts for vulnerable populations? Or is individualized assessment fairer? It's a tough question, and one that doesn't have an easy answer. What makes this really interesting is the power dynamics at play. If the City Council had rejected Aqua Ohio's request, the Public Utilities Commission of Ohio could have stepped in and imposed an even higher rate. In my opinion, this highlights a bigger trend. Local governments often have limited leverage when it comes to negotiating with utility companies. It's a classic David versus Goliath scenario, and it raises a deeper question. How much control do communities really have over the services they rely on? Another detail I find fascinating is the scale of Aqua Ohio's operations. They serve nearly 154,000 customers across Ohio, with about 17,000 in Massillon alone. That's a lot of people affected by these rate hikes. And while the company negotiates the same rate for Massillon and surrounding areas, the approval process differs. Starr County commissioners handle the townships. This fragmentation in decision-making adds another layer of complexity. If you think about it, it's a microcosm of how decentralized our infrastructure systems are and how that can lead to inconsistencies in how costs are distributed. So what's the takeaway here? Personally, I think this story is about more than just water rates. It's about the tension between maintaining critical infrastructure and ensuring affordability for all. It's about the role of local government in protecting its most vulnerable residents. And it's about the broader question of who should bear the cost of progress. As we move forward, I'll be keeping an eye on how these rate hikes play out, not just in Massillon, but across the country. Because if there's one thing this story makes clear, it's that water isn't just a utility. It's a lens through which we can examine some of the most pressing challenges of our time. What do you think? Are these rate hikes a necessary evil? Or is there a better way to fund infrastructure upgrades? Let me know in the comments below.